Okay, and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the BU interview with me, Jennifer Beaumont Whyte. And I have a special guest today that I've been trying to get hold of for a long time, and I've been following for quite a couple of years now. And my special guest is Daniel Holley, who is going to be telling us how to become obnoxiously, which I can't say, obnoxiously self-confident. And he's going to be talking to us also about coaching, his coaching session with flies and bugs as well. So okay, so Daniel is an actual force to be reckoned with, and in just 2 years he's transformed his life from being self-defeating, low-income, alcohol-riddled person into a life coach, international speaker, a TEDx MC, working across continents, delivering workshops, talks, and entertainment. Now, his mindset is all about what's next, which is brilliant. It's always all about going forward, especially with life coaching. It's all about what's next, what's possible, what can we create? And taking a comprehensive view on his life, he uses everything to fuel his passion to get what he wants, both for himself and others. So before we deep dive into his story, I want to just do some housekeeping. And I just want to talk about, if you've not met me before, I'm Jennifer Beaumont Whyte, and I'm the founder of the Ignite Your Brilliance Inner Circle, and also the author of The 9 Mistakes You're Making That Stop You From Achieving Your Most Wanted Desires. Yes, I know it's a really long title, but it's my book, and that's what I wanted for the title. Okay, I'm known as the Emotional Freedom Specialist, and I'm an intuitive business coach. My mission is to help my people to become clear on help you to become clear on your emotional blocks around money, confidence, creativity, love, and well-being. Everything that's going to give you the lifestyle and business success on your terms just by being you. Hence the Be You interview. Now, just a bit of housekeeping. If you love what you're seeing here, please share, love, like, and leave a comment or a question for either myself or Daniel in this interview. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching it on Facebook, also do the same. And we'll dip in to answer your queries and look at your comments. And most important, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interviews, inspiration, and information to help you become the best version of you and help you keep doing what you love, because you are beautiful and you are unique, and the world needs what you have to offer right now. Talking of which, welcome Daniel Holley.
Hello. Hi.
Hiya. Listen, we've been connected for the last couple of years, and can you just talk about how we actually met?
Okay, so I believe we met at a GTEx, wasn't it?
Yeah, at GTEx.
With them, yeah. So we were both, I believe, looking to get some assistance on how to build a successful coaching business, how to get tools in place so that we could, well, I guess, serve in our most powerful sense and serve in our most efficient and financially profitable sense.
Yeah,
so that was it. And I think to my best memory, our connection, if I'm not mistaken, was actually quite brief, but still quite strong because, of course, as you said, we've been seeing each other, around consistently over the last 2 years, whereas some people I know I met back then, I don't even speak to. I'm not even connected with them in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's constantly been that chain of connection between us.
Exactly. I mean, when I first saw you, it was at I think it was GTEx speaker training.
Yes, of course. Yes, I delivered that 1 minute, didn't I?
Exactly. I wanted to develop my speaking and my confidence around being out there, being more visible, because I found that I was hiding myself in plain sight. I was hiding behind my words because I love writing, and I love projecting other people and putting other people out there and shining the light on other people. But I found I wasn't actually shining the light on myself. It's like, well, why would anybody want to notice me? All these amazing people out there, so let me shine the light on them. Hence me doing this BU interview, which is what I want to do is help other people to shine the light in the world. And when I saw you, I thought, you know what? This guy has got something really special. You're just like really confident, knowing what you're about. And I thought, yeah, I want to connect with you. So, and today we are doing this interview because of you. So fabulous. So Daniel, tell me your story of entrepreneurship. The last couple of years, you've transitioned from being you know, in a state of really low vibration, and now you're like helping other people to raise their game. So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. Right. So the last 2 years, and actually this is a relatively recent realization for me, is the last 2 years has actually been me figuring myself out. If there's one thing that I really didn't recognize was really important to me, was that I was given the freedom to explore, to do things. And the TEDx event that you mentioned, I mean, that was actually part of this exploration.
Okay.
I've been paid to go on cruises, to do workshops all the way from here to New York, around the Canary Islands, and so on. And that was part of this exploration. And I was just asking myself, Daniel, what really do you want to do? It was always coaching based, but what do you want to do? And I started, as many people do, at that thing of, I just want to help people, that vague place of, you know, I just want to help people. I want to do what's best for others. And it's funny you mentioned that about hiding in plain sight, because actually over the last 2 years, what I also realized I was doing was I was so focused on helping other people, and it was to take the attention away from myself. So whenever I came up against friction or blockages, I was forced to look at myself and go, so what does this mean, Daniel? What does this mean for your focus? What does it mean for your goals? What does it mean for your options now? And because I was consistently questioning those frictions and those blockages, I was able to narrow down really into this sniper-like focus of what I do, how I do it, and how I continue to grow and develop in doing it. Yeah. So the last 2 years has been a phenomenal 2 years with a lot of difficulties, but a phenomenal 2 years because I have done what I now recommend some students do actually in schools. When they say, I don't know what to do in my life, I say, do whatever you like. Yeah. Whatever you like. Because what you do is you find that thing that you like. Yeah. And that's just from, I mean, not everything I did in that time I really enjoyed, but a lot of the stuff I did I really enjoyed. And it was driven by this sense of, Daniel, you're looking for what you want to do. So if anything even has a kind of a slight pull of it, do it. Try it. See what happens. Yeah. And so the last few years pretty much that. Exactly.
Absolute exploration. And I think that's what we're here to do, because even those difficulties, those apparent mistakes and those, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I choose that? I believe the universe just telling us, hey, you know what? You need to do this little bit of learning in this area and growing in this area so that you can actually get the thing you want. Because one of my things was to have my 5-bedroom house overlooking water in California. And it's like a huge, multi-million-pound, wow, big dream thing. How am I going to do it for my little place here in, well, I'm actually in LA at the moment.
It's all right. That's all right.
10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But it's like, how am I going to make that happen? Being in the UK, being by the on the southeast coast with my little cat. I'm heading up towards, you know, in my 50s, going towards 60, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be like a little old lady on the southeast coast with a cat. I don't think so. And within 2 weeks of that decision, I was back in London, and I want to rule the world. I want to change the world. I want to make an impact. And making that decision is like got me through peaks and troughs of disappointment and learning and growing and stretching and building my confidence in that area as well. And knowing that, you know what, whatever you want is already inside you. So yeah, that exploration is like, it's the journey that the universe puts you on to give you what you want, which is amazing. So fantastic. So tell us about the coaching journey now. So you've made some decisions, you've made some mistakes, and your journey around coaching is now taken to a place where you're actually offering coaching to other people.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And I spent that time, again, in the last few years, I spent time offering coaching. But actually what I will say, and this is a lesson for myself as well as people watching, that you really got to understand what coaching actually is in order to offer it. Yes. Because actually for the last 2 years, I was not offering coaching. And when I did have clients, I wasn't actually coaching them. It was a gray area of coaching and mentoring, giving advice, telling them what to do, telling them how to feel. And I actually want to take this very moment, because I want to start a bigger conversation in this area, because I'm still seeing snippets of this blank spot, saying that if you're looking for advice, a coach is not the person to go to. Absolutely. They're not going to tell you what to do. Yep. If you're looking to find something out for yourself, to dig into yourself, to see how great you can be, that's where a coach can help you. If you're looking to be a better version of yourself, as the cliche says. That's what a coach will do. A coach is not going to sit there and tell you what to do.
This has been a bugbear since I did my training back in 2005. Where people are coming, I'm a coach, and I'm a coach, a social media coach, and really, no, it doesn't quite. You're mentoring or you're consulting. You are not coaching. Coaching is all about an inquiry. It's all about inquiring into your life, and you are the expert. You're the expert in your life or your business or whatever, and we just pull out the questions. We're trained to ask powerful questions. That's what we're trained. You already have the answer. So well done. Thank you for highlighting that once again. I think we need to be on a mission to help.
For the better of everyone, even for coaches, for people who want to be coaches as well. It's good to get that information in very quickly to say, okay, you want to be a coach? Stop telling people, start asking questions.
Exactly.
Just practice asking questions all the time.
Fantastic. So continue. How you're doing your coaching business? How are you helping people?
So I work with cultural minorities, people who feel in any way that there's two ways you can see it, actually, because you can see people who are perhaps confident in themselves, but as I have done, I had negated my race and my gender because I didn't want them to mean anything. But what I found was that was a suppression I put on my identity, that actually, because I was suppressing it, I was aware I didn't want to talk about it. It kept getting thrown at me. Because of that, it kept bringing this friction into me. And so I want to actually open up a conversation about recognizing the strengths of every single aspect of a person. And in this day and age, I know that the coaching world wants to talk about everything has its own meaning. You put your own definition on it and so on and so on. The way that I look at the behavior of the world at the moment, I'm noticing that there is this part that wants to shut down the beauty in our differences, in gender and race and so on. It wants everyone to not talk about it and not have that conversation. Beautifully enough, I actually heard, it was a newsletter sent into a podcast I listened to called The Read. And she called into, they're in America, this letter came from the UK. And she said, I grew up black, she's very dark skinned, grew up black, and I grew up around a lot of white people, and I just didn't make my race a thing until suddenly it became a thing. And I noticed that talking about race in the UK is seen more as an inconvenience than anything. And that kind of woke something up to me as well. So I thought, yeah, it's true. You can talk, and this happens on my Facebook when I talk about it. You can talk about sexism. You can talk about politics. You can post funny cat videos. Engagement. You bring up race, and suddenly there's like a desert. Suddenly, no one wants to. No one's like, oh. And
what
I thought, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because maybe that's the conversation that we need to have with ourselves, talking about the importance. And when I look at coaching, again, the mistake that I'd made previously was I wanted to help people find empowerment in their differences and so on. But I thought, no, I actually am inspired by the underdog story. I love people who have made something of themselves, regardless of any prejudice, any back foot that they'd started on, and just went, I'm going. Because still in this day and age, I feel like cultural minorities have to work that much harder to earn the respect of the greater world around them. And for them to have achieved even the mildest of success in their life and then continue to go, that inspires me so much. And so I want to be able to coach these people to be better, to push further, to go further, so that they can stand and shine as representation to the people who might think that they are so heavily oppressed. Because one thing I do say is being marginalized it's an opportunity, not an oppression. It is such an opportunity. There's not as many rules as we might make out that are imposed on us to do what we like. Because if the world is not paying attention to us, we can actually do what we like and create what we like and go. The world's not paying attention to us.
There's got to be a time where it doesn't really matter that it's the same with the gay thing and the black thing. There's got to be a time where it's not highlighted. You're just a being. You're just a human being. That's it. Who happens to be a certain color, like prefer certain partners. There'll be a time where it's not even in question. But to get to that point, we have to actually highlight it first and say, okay, we are the same as you. We're aspiring the same as you. We are we're not different from you. We bleed the same way. We have the same thoughts. We have the same aspirations and pains and everything. We have the same. Let's bring everybody up to the same level.
Totally.
highlight that, and then there will be no conversation needed around that, because it
exactly. I have this conversation so often as well. People say, "Oh, but it's not. You know, we're all human beings. We're all the same." And I'm like, "Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is you're going from where we are, and you're jumping over the thing you have to do to get that ideal that we all want. We all want to know that we're all human. We all believe the same." And you're absolutely right. I agree with that. But we've got to walk through a little bit of mud before we get to that point, and that's what you keep jumping over by going over here all the time. Yeah. So this is interesting, because it's exactly what I talk about in the course as well. I mean, you said it, and I believe this wholeheartedly. No one knows you better than you do. No one knows you better than you do. And if you're going to be shutting down as though it doesn't matter, your race and your sexuality and your gender, like it doesn't matter because you feel it shouldn't matter. Yeah. You're killing part of yourself off. And if you're not using all of you to allow yourself to rise in the way that you dream of. Yeah. And so for me, that's why I want to be able to help those people get up, help rise them up, bring them up. Let's bring them all up. Let's bring them all up in their entirety, so that they can see the power that they actually have and the representation they're bringing into the world for everyone else who might think that they are being held down.
Fabulous. So you have your new course, which is called
Become Obnoxiously Self-Confident.
Because I can't say that word obnoxiously.
I've been saying it a lot, so I got used to it. It's good.
So how to become obnoxiously self-confident. And you've got a couple of tips from the course that you want to explore and tell us about. So take it away. Your 3 tips.
I've written them down here to remember, which is why I'm listening. My phone didn't go off. It's just my notes. So number 1, and this actually is universal, without a doubt. I mean, actually, quite a few of the tools are, but I focus in on who I want to focus in. Now, the start is the importance of self, and I mentioned this on Instagram as well. Okay,
can I just hold you back for 1 second, right? Can you just tell us what the course is and where people can find?
Pardon me, excuse me. So Become Obnoxiously Self-Confident is a course around nagging away and really picking away at those self-defeating thoughts and those nagging doubts that often hold us back from getting what we want. And even the notion that we want something and we tell ourselves, nah, we can't have that. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Shutting that down. And literally being able to shut that down and overcoming it and getting what you want, no matter how big or small it is. Because we can do this with our diet, we can do this with our health, we can do this with our jobs, we can do this with our partners, settling for something that actually we don't really want. And we'll just accept it because we'll tell ourselves, well, that's real life, that's, c'est la vie. And we won't challenge that thought and go, no, I want more, because I know I can have happiness here. Maybe I can have more in this relationship with this person. Yeah. But if I settle with the way it is, then it's going to stay the way it is. So Become Obnoxiously Self-Confident is indeed about building a really healthy, positive relationship with yourself that makes you actually become quite self-sufficient, self-reliant. It builds the self-trust and makes you realize how important you are, the decisions you make and how you think about yourself in your life, so that everything that you start to dream of actually becomes much more of a closer reality to you than it was before, because those doubts are no longer there. And even if they do pop up, you're like, no, we're all right. No, you're lying. Don't, come on now. Well, for me, I don't do reasonable, I don't do mediocre, and I don't do comfortable, because you're sitting in that, and if you're not growing, you're dying. So, you have to be extraordinary, cause miracles, and become uncomfortable. So this is brilliant what you're doing there. So thank you.
Okay, so tell us your tips, please.
Okay. So the first one is indeed, as I mentioned just now, about the importance of self. The reason this is actually one of the ones I wanted to mention in this video is because particularly in the UK, I don't know about the rest of the world. I'm sure there are areas where there's nuance and so on, but particularly in the UK, we've got this really strong narrative of not allowing yourself to feel important. And if someone does, they're deemed as arrogant, egotistical. They're demonized. This idea that you enjoying who you are, enjoying the experience of being you and celebrating that is somehow a bad thing. And I really want to bring that home in this course by saying that it's not about ego. It's not about being arrogant. It's about appreciation for the fact that while you weren't, you didn't check a box going, yes, born me, please. I'd like to be alive, please. You didn't, no one asked to be born. but you have this life. You have this life. And in the body that you're in, I don't know if anyone watching is spiritual, but still within the body that we're in, this is what we have, and we can do with it what we choose. And if we choose to not appreciate our life, well, then that's the choice that we make, and that's the direction that our life will go in. However, I want to challenge that. So only this underlying narrative in the UK where it's like, you're allowed to appreciate yourself. You're allowed to love yourself. You're allowed to think highly of yourself. You're allowed to be proud of yourself. You're allowed to want things for yourself. Because again, there is only you. There is only you up here with yourself, making decisions, making choices, feeling good, feeling sad, feeling angry, feeling joyous. So why not make that the adventure that life really is? And that all comes back to recognizing how important you are to you.
Absolutely.
We look at those positives that take place in your life. We look at all the great things that you've done, all the great things you are now, and all the great things you're going to be doing, which we'll touch on in the other tips here, and build this wholeness of appreciation for yourself.
Yeah, I have this thing about you are God's creation. So how dare you diss it? How dare you diss God's creation?
That's the opening of the whole course. It actually is called How Dare You. That's actually the first part. It's called How Dare You.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, if you're a spiritual being, you're having a human experience and God's provided this human body for you, then okay, really appreciate God's creation. What else can you do? You know, so yeah, yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well done. So tip number 2.
Tip number 2. Okay, so this one is about self-talk. I'm a huge proponent of self-talk, and I'll go in actually. Excuse me. I'll go in into the depths of how all this happened for me. I do talk about this in the course. Is that my self-talk? It took me. So we're going back about 5 years, maybe even less than that, maybe 4 years. And I had a bad relationship with alcohol. Okay, and what I would do is I would drink myself to sleep quite often. But what I didn't realize I was doing in that time was I was developing a really, really strong self-talking skill, not necessarily in a positive way. What I found was that because I was alone as well, I was drinking by myself, I would sit there with myself and I just talk to myself, you know, why is this not happening? Why is this not working? Why are you not doing this? Why is it not happening? It was very defeatist. It was very kind of beating myself up. And when I came out of that, and again, over the last couple of years, with all the successes I've had, all the growth I've had, and even now, I make a very strong point of sitting myself down at any time during the day and having a really good conversation with myself in my head, going, it could be anything. Hey, how's it going? Just checking in. All good? And it's basic stuff like that. I give you the framework of this in detail, but the idea is you have 2 people in your head. One is the person, the ultimate best version of you, and the other one is perhaps, you know, what you are at the moment in the place where you have those nagging doubts and so on. And you basically sit them down to have a very mature, adult, loving, supportive conversation with each other.
That's a brilliant idea. I love that. I love that idea.
The process, and this is where it really hits home, is the process is that the more that you realize or start thinking as this person, this ultimate person over here, you know, supporting yourself, calming yourself, loving yourself, what actually happens is you start naturally making decisions based on this person, because it's a training of the mind for you to think like this, actually doing everything from this place. So suddenly it starts to happen in your real world day to day, where suddenly your decisions become more positive. You start to appreciate yourself more. You start to make more productive decisions. You might make less unproductive decisions because you recognize that feeds something that you're moving away from. And so it is about self-talk. I also talk about the language you use as well, which I could only touch on in just a moment, but one thing I would say, and actually everyone watching here, Jen, you could do this too. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when I say, don't think of a blue elephant with a pink balloon?
Oh, that's an exercise I do all the time. I've got kangaroo with red spots. The first thing you do is see it in your head.
Exactly.
Okay. So the brain doesn't recognize a negation. It doesn't look at negation.
So if you're using language that says, don't do this, or avoid this, or try not to do that, unfortunately, your focus, there's a whole chapter on focus as well, your focus is still on the thing you're trying to avoid. So change your focus, switch it up. And that's in the language you use in self-talk. I go in so much more detail, of course, in the course, but this is all part of that area as well.
Fantastic. So do we have tip number 3?
Oh yes, and this is my favorite. And you know what? I'm actually going to say, I'm really proud of this. No, I'm really proud of this. I didn't know that this was an established tool. Okay, you can say you've used this as well. But I got an email today from Rich Litvin. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, I love Rich Litvin. I mean, he's my man. Prosperous coach. Yeah.
He's a dream. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's phenomenal. Yeah. And I got an email from him today. Obviously, you know, from the subscriptions. I mean, dear Dan. But in my course, I talk about this thing called the 3 U's. All right. Mm-hmm. And it's past you, present you, and future you. And what was phenomenal was I got this email from the subscriptions from Rich, and it was talking about past you, present you, and future you. And I was like, wow, this was something that I naturally started doing. I didn't realize this was something that's established in the big coaching world. This made me feel I felt very good. But the idea is, again, we're talking about self-confidence, confidence in self. Of course, that is a practice. But in order to get to understanding that practice and really developing it, it's about your total self. Now, there's the idea that your past and your future are not real.
They don't exist. Yeah. They don't exist.
There's only the now. I understand that framework. I get that. For me, I'm a big proponent of the entirety and your relationship with it. You can look at your past, as we do, because our present is not our present without our past. Yeah. You can look at your past and reframe how you actually see everything you've done. So in this part of the course, I'm actually asking you to write down all the things that you've done that you're proud of that actually got you to that stage. I mean, you're on a course to improve yourself, and everything that you've done has led to that point where you've gone, I'm important enough that I want to improve. So what has past you done that meant that? Like, that's what you did. That was you. You did that. Be proud of that. That's great. That's ownership. That's superb. And then the future you is everything that you're looking at going, oh, that's where I'm going. That's what I want to be. That's where I want to be at. That's what I want to experience. Da, 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 da. And of course, what this might do is it might separate this concept of being in the now, appreciating the now. And so the present you is there. The present you is constant. You're always present you. That's you in its entirety, in a sense. Because you're still, as you mentioned as well, you're as much your future as you are your past, because your future came from you. It's your imagination. It's your desires. Yeah. So you can sit in the present and have moments of total appreciation for the fact that you're very happy about where you're going. Yeah. You're very happy about what you've done that's got you here. And you can sit and be very, very much present, going, everything around me right now in this moment is making me feel so very good. I feel magnificent for the fact that is where I'm going, and that's where I've been. And I do this on a regular basis. I very often will sit and just look around me. I mean, I'm in a 1-bed flat at the moment, which I never thought I could afford or do. And it's amazing to me. And I just sit and I'm like, oh, this is what I've done. This is what you did, Dan. This is what you did. And I want to be able to, I want to have a third elbow so I can really pat myself on the back. You know, I really, it's complete and utter entirety of my life going, God, I just couldn't ask for anything else.
It's complete gratitude. Gratitude is one of the biggest things because part of my course is I've got like 9 principles, and the 9th principle is giving. Give thanks, give contribution, and forgive. And the forgiveness bit is about saying you're like a future giving. So you're trying. The future is you're giving yourself into the future. So whatever you're getting in the future, you're having right now, and you're forgiving your past, which is like all the mistakes you've made. So right now is like you're in your desire right now, which is the future you bring into your present right now, and clearing all that mistake, and you're perfect, whole and complete right now. It's like amazing. So fantastic. So this sounds like an amazing course. So this course is a video written. How is the course delivered?
So it's written, and actually in a month's time I'll be updating it. So at the moment, as we'll discuss, there's a little gift we've got for you, but I'll be updating it where I'll be actually putting my voice over the top of it, and that will be tying into other courses that I'll be doing. Which is it okay if I talk about those very quickly?
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, my thing is all about helping my people to shine their light in the world, and this is how I am going to affect millions of people, by helping the people that I connect with, shine a light on you, whatever it is you're doing, so you can shine a light on other people. So please, whatever it is you've got to offer the world, we need it right now.
So for sure. Okay, so then this was a project 2 years ago, actually, that I started doing. It never finished because, again, exploration, wasn't sure, And one thing, this is actually back to how we met, and what a lot of people really saw value in me for, which was basically my presenting skills, my public speaking ability, which had no formal training and still doesn't. But it's a course that I wanted to put out, demonstrating and some teaching, some coaching people how they can actually avoid the perpetual nervousness and fear of public speaking by, again, in a cliche, by quite literally being themselves, as I had learned to do over the years of working in hospitality, which I actually then brought to the stage in front of you, because actually I'd not done any proper public speaking before I'd met you. That was the first time I'd really done it.
I was amazed with that when you told me that. I'm just thinking, well, you're a star. You're made for the stage, you know. And coming from the place of just being your own self, which I had to learn as well, because I did things like Toastmasters. I was Toastmasters, and then give you like a formula, how you stand, how you speak, how the alliteration, your hands, the body, and I was focusing on all of that stuff and not the content of what I was trying to say.
Right.
And as soon as I got like, you know what, I'm going to just be me and say what I need to say, everything just fell into place. I really don't care what I look like. The message is the most important thing. That's it. So yeah.
So it is indeed connecting from a very soulful, personal place, which, again, in this day and age of social media and having someone on stage be truly authentic, be real, be vulnerable, be themselves is still refreshing. It's really beautiful to see. It's really beautiful to see. And so the next course that I'll be doing will be all about that. It'll be all about that. It'll be very much video based. So this one at the moment, back to this one, the Become Obnoxiously Self-Confident, it actually it's got PDFs. You'll be filling out surveys. You'll need a pen and pad because you'll actually be making your own notes. What I recommend is that you buy like one of those A5 pads from W.H. Smith or something, or just, cheap little pad that becomes your self-confidence pad of all the notes you take. Because I'll be asking lots of questions for you and getting you to dig deep into yourself to really get the answers out. And we'll be returning on those questions to make sure that you're really sure that's the right answer. And that becomes your little self-confident manual. That's your own little self-confident Bible that you're left with. So primarily written word. There's some surveys, there'll be PDFs you can download. There's actually some graphs, tables you can download to continue using. So they're tools. Now the course is actually a month long. Okay. Again, the tools that I've put in, they are. I mean, I'm using these tools from 5 years ago. Okay. And I know I'll be using them for the rest of my life. So this course is giving you stuff that takes you right the way, as long as you choose to use them, right the way to your grave, all the way to the end, and then beyond.
Fantastic. Okay, so how much is the course, and how can people get linked into the course?
Okay, so the course at the moment is $199.99. That's in pounds. That's in pounds. I need to figure out how much that is in dollars for those of you over across the wonderful pond. It's $199. I think it was $266. I think $260.
Which is from the sound of it, to get life change in your world, right?
Lifelong life
transformation and get you what you want. That is cheap. That is really a really low cost. Really low cost. So yeah.
I will say on top of that, just to add a little bit more value into it, is that what you do get then is you do get access to me, as well as a collection of other people who are on or completed the course. And all the schools that I'll link you to in just a moment, of the school that I have, the First Nature School, there'll be other courses coming up. And once you get on those courses, you get access to a Facebook group that will have other people on other courses, or on the same courses, completed courses, who are on the same journey, who of support, who can be there to help, who can be there for greater understanding, and of course that you can bring the value that you have into the group. So if someone has a question you can answer to, and that's another part of self-confidence. Being part of that group is demonstrating and actually getting you to realize what you know and what you can help people with. Yeah,
fantastic.
So the link.
Okay, fantastic. So the link is First Nature. That's the number one, ST Nature. .thinkific, THINKIFIC
and that'll take you to my school.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see the course right there.
Fabulous, fabulous. Think of it as actually a brilliant platform as well,
really
for courses and things like that. I'm in process of putting my course on there as well. So yeah, really easy. Excellent. And they give you lots of support as well. So
what's
fantastic.
Your course about? Tell me about your course.
Well, my course is the Business Soul Shift program, which is the nine principles of success, which will take you through your your authentic foundation, then your creative intuitive plan, and taking you to empowered action. Basically, the 3 steps of coaching is like, what do you want? Plan it and do it. Okay. And the 9 principles are commit, desire. The desire thing is the thing that we already have. The desire is God-given. It's like we want something that's out there. We think we want it out there, but actually it's already inside us. It's already grounded inside us, and we just need to access that. We already have it, so why don't we just go for it? Which is basically what your course is all about anyway. It's like that confidence that you know you already want something.
These might couple together really well, actually, these 2 courses.
Exactly. So the second principle is desire. The third is your belief in what we explore your belief, your mindset. We look at your values, aligning your values with what you want, what you think you want, your core attributes in your values. Then we look at your planning, your time, your people, your resources, your money. Then we look at module 6, which is decluttering, letting go of things that no longer serve you in terms of people, the naysayers, your distractors, letting go of things around you which are holding you back energetically, the things that are holding your pathway, cluttering up your energetic space, and cluttering and letting go of your negative energy around you, which are going to EFT, clearing the negative emotional energy around you, which is, I'm an EFT master, so I clear people's negative emotional charge, right? Then we look at creating new habits and organizing yourself. Now you cleared all the crap, let's create some new habits. And I believe, we're talking about forming new habits takes 21 days or 60 days or 89, whatever that is. I believe create a new habit instantly.
Okay.
And the way to do that is, because we are creatures of habit anyway, if you get rid of an old habit, find a new habit that you really enjoy doing. Instead of that one, do this one. And if you enjoy it, you're not going to change it anyway. So instantly, we're going to do this instead. Yeah. That's
phenomenal that you say that, actually, if I may, very quickly, because that is very true to, pardon me, the anecdotal evidence to support what you've said. It's very true for my Instagram posts, which you mentioned right at the beginning, which I actually did not set an intention of building a habit of doing Instagram every single day. I just said, I'm going to do Instagram every single day. And I didn't think, honestly, that I'd still be going right now. But it was, like you said, it was just starting. And I enjoy doing them. I don't know if you could tell. I really enjoy doing them every single day. So it's funny you say that, actually, because I will say my course has different information, and it's different from the 2 things that you mentioned there. So that's interesting to hear, but it's funny because that what you said is still perfectly valid, because as soon as you said that, I thought, is that true? And then I went, yes, it is, because that's exactly what happened to me.
What's happened?
Exactly I found something I really enjoyed. I started it, and boom. And because I really enjoy it, I don't stop. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. I just want every day. I want to be there on Instagram every single day.
And your Instagrams are so inspirational. What you actually deliver in the messages is inspirational, but the way that you're doing it, the being you aspect, which is why you're on this interview, is just being you, being your own self, doing your wacky, crazy stuff, and then being serious and delivering that message, and then just being you. I just love it, just absolutely love it. So so we get to module 7, which is all about the habits. And if you can't find anything that's like instant, then I've got a couple of methods on how to change your habits. And then module 8 is about making connections, making that connection with the outer world, making the connection with your clients, making connection with your message, making connection with your joint venture people, being that confident to get out there and share your message with the world, contact your connection with your clients, your collaborators, and your joint venture, your supporters. So there's methods on getting out there to do that. And then the last one, obviously, is the give. The ninth principle is giving thanks, giving contribution.
I actually am going to write that down. That's a really, no, it's a beautiful sentiment. Not the give part, but what you said about forgiving, I love that. Yeah. And I'm going to take that for myself.
Oh, please do.
That's beautiful. I love that. It's the message that's been delivered in different ways.
Program, which is my long, like my it's not actually it's 4 months. It's a 4-month program, so we go through that on there. But that's what I'm trying to create for my Think of It platform. Yeah.
Excuse me. We have boy racers going up and down the road all the time.
Say,
love it.
They're still doing that.
Live on a racetrack, yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, so do you have something to offer our audience, the people who are actually watching?
Absolutely, I do. Yes, I do. So if you are watching this video here, the wonderful Jennifer and I have collaborated together to bring you a beautiful offer so that you can get this course at a rather phenomenal discount, actually, I have to say.
I think so.
75% off this course for the next 4 weeks. And actually, I'd say 4 weeks. It's actually until the 30th of June. So on the 1st of July, this offer is no longer available. Yeah. And all you need to do is go to the course, type in the code BEYOU, and you'll get 75% off the course. Yeah. And then from there, you're good to go. You can do whatever you like with it. But
that is a really generous offer. Already the course is really affordable, and then anybody who's watched to this length, in the recording, is like, okay,
they will have done. They will
have done the journey. Please, we would like you to have this gift. So that's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah, no, definitely, because it is about it's about getting it out to as many people as you can, and it's
absolutely
it is about ensuring that people are really getting what we deliver. You wanted to make sure it's getting to people. Just take it, everyone.
Have it. Yeah. Okay. So at the beginning of this, I did say something about coaching flies and bugs.
Yeah.
So could you just elaborate on that, just to finish up?
I actually really enjoy it. It's made me think. I live in Birmingham, and I wanted to. I want to visit some parks and do some more of this because it's really great fun. But basically, it's kind of getting warmer over here, and so I leave the windows open in my flat. And then you leave the windows open in your flat, you allow wildlife in, and that's fine. And so there was one day where I was at my computer here, and my kitchen's actually on the other side of that wall. And it's semi-open plan. There's a big gap over there. So I could hear this buzzing. I was like, what is that? Oh God, is there electricity going wrong? I was like, oh no. And I followed it around the corner, and there was this wasp buzzing up against the window. Now I have the kind of windows where it's 2 frames and the bottom one slides up. And this poor wasp had managed to get in, but obviously could see the outside, but couldn't see the glass that it kept hitting its head against. And I honestly, I just looked at the whole situation. And of course, I just thought, if the wasp had just come down here, that's all it needs to do. And I thought, well, this is interesting. And so I got my phone out and I did an Instagram video. And as you see in the video, I'm talking about this wasp and going, this is me sometimes. This could be some of us sometimes, where we're there, we know we want to go, and we're just banging our head against the same wall, and we can't see where we're going. But all we need to do is take a step back. And I take a step back and I show the gap in the window at the bottom and say, take a step back to get a little bit of perspective. And then we know the right direction to take to get what we want. And then the next day, same thing again. It was a bee this time.
Oh!
Yeah, it was a bee, got stuck. But I think, hopefully everyone understands, I don't like wasps as much as I like bees. Wasps, a little bit bad reputation. Bees, I'm very conscious of their presence in the world and their importance in the world. And I was watching this bee, and I actually started to feel bad because I noticed that it was getting tired. And I did do another video.
Oh, you did? I didn't see that one.
I did do another video. Oh yeah, no, log into Instagram today, you'll see it. And I did another video, same thing again. But I actually got the bee and put it out because I was like, no, you need to be out in the world right now. We need you out. Off you go. Go on, bee. Go. Plant some flowers, pollinate everything. Just do what you need to do. Go do your thing. But it was the same thing again. Yeah, exactly. Go. Be a bee. The bee you be. Go.
Oh my gosh.
it's stuff like that that I love. You know, it's the impulsivity of things. It's the nature of life itself that I want to magnify by simply showing you my life as it is, and be of a form of inspiration to go, look, like I'm not trying to show you glam. I'm not trying to show you layered masks and a front. I'm just trying to show you that life can be beautiful as it is, and as you grow. Right, that's it. And it's not about looking for the little things, which is actually that's the title of one of the parts of my course. Again, the little things. It doesn't have to be all that. My Instagram demonstrates that.
Fabulous. Daniel, it's been an absolute joy to finally get you onto my recording.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
And just to recap, we got 75% off your how to become obnoxiously self-confident. I said it.
You did it. See, look at that. Wow, you just get there. Like, it's cool, man. You just say it.
Fantastic. All you need to do is to go to Daniel's Think of It school. All the information is going to be in the description if it's on YouTube, and in the comments on Facebook if it's, if you're seeing this on Facebook. All the ways to get hold of Daniel as well will be there. He's also offering a free discovery session if you don't want to do the course. A free discovery session where he talks to you and discover how he can help you in terms of, okay, go on.
No, you actually, I didn't say this.
Yeah.
But it's true. You can indeed get in touch with me. I love the conversation. Bring me the conversation.
Yeah.
There are actually, there's a part of the course that's free.
Okay.
So you actually get to try the course a little bit.
Yeah.
So actually, if you're not so sure about coming to me directly, you can still go to the course and try some of it, the opening for free if you want. So there is actually that as well.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're amazing. You're so wonderful.
You said it's the last module of your course. Give.
Give, and you're doing the thing. Oh my gosh, I might do that for myself as well to give people a little taster. Fantastic, lovely. Thank you very much. So. Just want to close up by saying all the descriptions, as I said, is going to be in the comments and the descriptions for YouTube and Facebook. And if you actually do want to work with me, now I've described exactly what I do for my clients as well. Please get in touch. You need what I do for my clients as well is to do a 30-minute discovery session where we explore your vision and mindset and link it with your skill set and look at your strategy to transform your emotional energy around any blocks that's happening for you at the moment to stop you from achieving your success in life, lifestyle, and your business. You will actually leave my session with a 10-day plan of action to move you from being stuck to being irresistible and being you in the world. And all you need to do is to go to my website, which is jenniferbeaumont-white.com, or the easy way to do it is life-change.me, okay? And again, please subscribe to my channel where you're going to get information, inspiration, and insights on being the best you, the best version of yourself continually. And obviously more and more people like Daniel, who I'm so inspired by, to come and teach you something about being you, okay? So that's it for now. I think I've done everything I need to do. Daniel, bless you for being with me and being you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Jennifer. I really appreciate this.